close the door with the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three.
Lined into left field for a base hit. Hit in the air. That's going to be the second baseman. They have a chance for two, and they got him.
Run. The throw is in time for the out.
Lifted high into left field. Ball is way back, and that ball is way gone.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good Saturday afternoon from Trapper Field in Jamestown. This is the 2024 State Class B Softball Championship game featuring the Central Cass Squirrels, the number 2 seed against the 3 seed of the Vikings of Kindred-Richland. Welcome to our pregame show brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. I'm Chase Miller with you here in Jamestown. A picture-perfect kind of a day. There are no clouds in the sky, a little bit of a wind, but not much to speak of right now. And the current temperatures here in the Buffalo City currently standing at 72 degrees. A win here for the Central Cass Squirrels would give them their seventh state title in program history, while a win for the Kindred-Richland Vikings would give them their 4th state title in program history in the first since 2017. Let's recap on how these two teams have gotten to this point. Here over the last 24 hours for Central Cass, they held off the Beulah Miners 4-3 after Beulah scored 3 runs in the top of the 7th inning. Whitney Mitchell went the distance, a complete game win, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk and 12 strikeouts in that contest. Also a nice job at the plate for the Central Cass Squirrels. Fletchock 1 of 2 with a run scored and a run driven in. And Brady Bussey had the 2 RBI single as well to add on to that a little bit later on in the 5th inning. That's a look at how Central Cass was able to get here with their semifinal round win. While for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, a 10-run rule in 5 innings over the Velva Drake Animus Aggies. Cora Johnson hit a grand slam home run to cap it off with those final 4 runs out of the 11. Johnson with 5 runs driven in, went 2 of 3 with a run scored. Also, Avery Ammerman had a nice performance at the plate as well. 2 for 2 with 3 runs scored and a run driven in. Danica Rath, all 5 innings of work in the circle. 1 hit, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. No runs again against Velva, Drake, and a Moose. We'll take a quick break. When we come back on our pregame show, we'll take a look at games that happened earlier today. Keep you apprised of what's going on at the Jack Brown Stadium for the state baseball tournament. Central Cass currently playing in the 3rd place game. We'll hear from both head coaches, the starting lineup as well. That's all still to come here from Jamestown. It's the state championship here on yourliveevent.com.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Are you dreaming of building or remodeling your dream home? This is Sonia from the Lighting Gallery, and we can help you from the time you start that dream to the time that your last fixture is hung in your room. We can come out to your house and do an in-home lighting design, picking out fixtures, working within your budget, working within your style, and putting together a full lighting package for you that makes your house feel like a home. If you're building, you're remodeling, visit us at the Lighting Gallery, located at 3622 South Washington Street in Grand Forks.
Our pregame show again brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway. Norman County Raceway, check out the World of Outlaw late models on June the 29th in Ada. Tickets now available at normancountyraceway.com. That again is normancountyraceway.com. Take a look at matchups that happened earlier today here from Jamestown. The Mayport CG Patriots with a 7-1 win over Renville County. Mayport CG able to have 2 two-run homers, one by Danica Hansen and another by Riley Santrum. Hansen was able to go 2 for 2 from the plate with 3 runs scored and 2 runs driven in. Santrum picked up the win, 7 innings of work, 5 hits, 1 run that was earned, a walk and 6 strikeouts. So the Patriots able to finish on the season's 7th place. Renville County in the final performance for Ginger Savacool in the circle. 6 innings of work, 8 hits, 7 runs, 4 of those earned, 4 walks, and 10 strikeouts in the contest. Also a note, Keenan Konchek of Mayport CG. He was already named the Coach of the Year in Class B and the Senior Athlete of the Year in Class B. That one went to Riley Satchum. We go from there to the fifth place game in the Consolation Championship. It was a good one between the Beulah Miners and Des Lacs Burlington Lewis and Clark Lakers. That was the Thompson Tommies and Des Lacs Burlington Lewis and Clark Lakers. Back and forth early. Des Lacs Burlington took a 2-0 lead after 2. They held on to that until Thompson tied the game up at 2 apiece in the 5th. The Tommies took the lead then with 3 runs in the 6th before Des Lacs Burlington had the walk-off hit with a 2 RBI base knock by Miss Shep to give them the win at 6-5. Picking up the loss was Cindy Schwabe, 6 2/3 innings of work, 12 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. And coming in relief was Feller for the Lakers with an inning and 2/3. Gave up 2 hits, no runs, a walk, 4 strikeouts for the Lakers in their win of the Consolation Championship again over the Thompson Tommies. And then the third place matchup, the Beulah Miners able to pick up a 6-1 win over Velva Drake Animus in that contest. Del Geiger, a complete game win, 7 hits, 1 run that was earned, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Then at the plate goes 3 of 4 for 2 runs scored and 2 runs driven in as well. So Beulah finishing third and Velva Drake Animus best year in program history as they finished in 4th place. So that's a look again at what happened earlier today here from Jamestown. We'll take a break. When we come back after this, we'll let you know what's going on across the way over at Jack Brown Stadium as the infield-outfield is now going on for Scott Cost and the Central Cass Squirrels. As the Central Cass Squirrels out in their all-black uniforms here today, red numerals and lettering outlined in white with the Squirrels across the front. And we'll get into this matchup in history a little bit more with the Squirrels and the Vikings from not just this season, as this is the 5th meeting already this year between the Vikings and the Squirrels, but also all-time for a number of championships as well, as Region 1 has really owned the State Class B softball tournament. We'll take a quick break. We'll continue after this with more here from Jamestown on your liveevent.com.
The Mayport CG Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to all the teams in the state softball tournament, and good luck to the Region 2 champ, Mayport CG Patriots, from the Mayport CG Booster Club.
Whether you're local or driving through Carrington, make sure to stop into the Prairie Inn restaurant. They have the best breakfast and coffee, but they also have some of the best dinner and supper entrees too. The Prairie Inn is your breakfast, dinner, and supper headquarters. Stop in and you can sink your teeth into some tasty sandwiches and soups. Take a trip through the Express Line salad bar with hot entree and, of course, the delicious pies and desserts. Located right by the roundabout in Carrington. Call 701-652-3976. As the Kindred-Richland Vikings have now taken the field for infield, outfield here. This is our pregame show, again brought to you in part by Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo. Friday night races start at 7 in West Fargo. For more information for a complete race schedule, go to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com. That again is RedRiverValleySpeedway.com. The Central Cass Squirrels lead it over New Rockford Cheyenne 4-0, top of the second inning in baseball over at Jack Brown Stadium. Again, top of the second, it's Central Cass 4, Cheyenne New Rockford scoreless in the third place game with Greg Grenz. We have that for you here on yourliveevent.com, and then we will have the championship featuring the Thompson Tommies and the Grafton Spoilers a little bit later on at 7. The broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. State B tournament earlier today in 7th place. Surrey defeats Botno 6-4 in baseball. The Consolation Championship went to Washburn Wilton Center Stanton 4-3 over Des Lacs Burlington. Out in Dickinson for the state softball tournament, Grand Forks Red River defeats West Fargo Cheyenne 15-5, and West Fargo upends mine at 8-3 for third place. Bismarck High will play Dickinson for the championship in the State A softball tournament. Let's take a look at this matchup here this season between Central Cass and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So far, in 4 games that they have played, Central Cass has scored 13 runs. Kindred-Richland has scored 9. In terms of the overall win or loss, it's been 6 runs overall between these two teams in terms of the actual finished runs scored. Central Cass with a 2-1 win back on April the 22nd. Then on May the 7th in Kindred, it went 11 innings in which the Central Cass Squirrels won 4-1. On May the 20th in the Region 1 semifinals, Central Cass won 2-1 to punch their ticket to state. Then Kindred-Richland came back and beat them in the Region 1 championship game in extra innings, 6-5. There was home runs hit in that game, 5 total. One by Preen, one by Stieg. Those are 2-run shots for the Squirrels. Mackenzie Fuchsa hit 2 for Kindred-Richland, and Leah Rowland hit a solo home run as well for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. So on paper, this would say it could be just as good and possibly maybe even extra innings here today as well. So that's a little bit of look at the history with these two clubs. Central Cass, 6 state titles, most recently in 2022, while for Kindred-Richland, 3 state titles, most recently in 2017. And going over the matchups here for both these teams, for Kindred-Richland and Central Cass, this is going to be their 5th meeting all-time in the state championship. Kindred-Richland won in 2014, 3-2 over the Squirrels, and they won in 2017, 1-0 over Central Cass. The Squirrels have taken the last 2. In 2019, Central Cass won 6-2, and most recently in Fargo at Thurlton Park, it was 11-1 win in 6 innings for Central Cass over Kindred-Richland. So that's a look at the matchup as well, as both of these teams again are completing their infield and their outfield. The Kindred Vikings in their white uniforms, with Vikings across the front in blue, with the blue numerals as well and lettering outlined here in black in this one. For Central Cass, 18 wins and 5 losses on the season, while for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they are 17-8 on the year. The broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. When we come back after this, we'll hear from the coaches. First up, Sam Brandt of the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Then we'll hear from Scott Kost of the Central Cass Squirrels. Then from there, we'll get to our starting lineups and the first pitch around the corner here from Trapper Field in Jamestown. I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for joining us for the state championship game, and make sure you join us for, again, another couple of games of softball on Monday and Tuesday. We'll have the Shield Softball All-Star Series for you on Monday, a doubleheader between the best seniors from the East versus the West. That'll be at 4:30 on Monday, and then on Tuesday in Castleton, we will have the skills competition at 4, followed by Game 3 of the series. That'll be following after that in Castleton. So if you're making your way to Bismarck on Monday, come on out to Bismarck Legacy for some softball, or watch it simply here on your live event, and the same can be said for Tuesday in Castleton. We'll take a quick break. Back after this with our coaches' conversation next here on yourliveevent.com.
It's the most prestigious, challenging, rewarding tour on dirt. The most wanted, baddest outlaws, and the most powerful late models on the planet. The world of outlaws, King's Late Models.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
This interview again brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank on our pregame show of the state championship game featuring the Kindred-Richland Vikings, and alongside the Central Cass Squirrels. Joining us now from the Vikings is the head coach, that is Sam Brandt. And Sam, let's just recap the game yesterday. Obviously 1 through 9, it seemed like somebody made a performance, whether it was in the outfield, infield, or at the plate, and obviously a really nice grand slam hit to finish it off with Cora Johnson. But Avery Ammerman, really quality third base, and then obviously she got on a ton, put the ball in play. What did you like most about Avery's play yesterday here, Sam?
Avery was consistent. Base runners on. She was clutch hit. She was putting the ball in play when we needed it. She is a great leader. That first game we had a little jitters. So defensively, we did not look like ourselves. So coming in that game, Avery got her feet down. She controlled herself a little bit defensively, and that just started it. And the fact that she had a great batting day just capped it off.
And you mentioned a great batting day. Now you face a team that you've seen so many times. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Instead of someone out west that you haven't seen before, fifth meeting that you've had with Central Cass, good or bad from your point of view here, Sam, once you get to this part of the season?
It's familiar. Huge rivalry. This is the fifth time we've seen them. So I feel like there's a sense of familiarity because you know the girls, you know what to expect, you know what their lineup looks like, who hits where, who is most consistent, compared to unfamiliar, a team that we haven't seen. We've only seen once. So, we're okay with it. It's red versus blue. It seems familiar in our history as well. So we're here to play. It doesn't matter the opponent.
I like what Danica Rass said in the Region 1 championship when I asked her, she's probably seen them 20-some times just throughout her career in different capacities. Mm-hmm. And she goes, I just go up there and chuck it because they know me, I know them. So how do you take that as someone in the circle with Danica Rass' performance when you face a team already, third day of the tournament? Is that just really the honest truth? Just go up there and chuck it and see where the ball kind of lands here, Sam?
Yeah, that's what she likes me to say to her when she's like overthinking, guiding, or trying to force something. So, for young athletes to avoid the overthinking part and just play and respond and be present in the moment, that's what she likes to hear is chuck it. Doesn't matter where it goes, chuck it hard. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to have that mentality that it's me versus you and I'm going to win every time. And it doesn't matter if they're red, blue, green, purple jerseys. We're going to show up. We're going to play. We're trying to earn a championship here. It doesn't matter who the opponent is.
I asked you about the best trait in Hankinson, so I'll ask you just what's it going to take here. Obviously, against Central Cass, you're very familiar with them in championship games as well. But what's it going to take here for 7 innings of softball to try to bring one home back to Kindred?
Patience, consistency. I want my lineup to, work with each other and not, I want to string them together. I want key hits. I want base runners moved. Defensively, limit errors. We're both very, very good teams. We've seen each other a lot, and we need to limit the errors, and we need to put the ball in play, and we need to make good base running decisions and hopefully have some fun.
Sam, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck here on the title.
Thanks, Chase.
That again, Coach Brandt for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. We'll continue after this from Trapper Field in Jamestown.
It's the summer sale at Bloomfield Enterprise in Hillsboro. All VersaMax and CargoMax trailers at summer sale prices. Plus, you get up to an additional $250 rebate on CargoMax trailers. Bloomfield Enterprise has the 10.5, 12.5, and 14.5 VersaMax trailers. Stop by to look and purchase with large discounts, or call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. The summer sale on VersaMax and CargoMax trailers ends June 30th at Bloomfield Enterprise in Hillsboro.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet SmartStrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, SmartStrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for SmartStrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
As we continue on our pregame show here today from Jamestown, it is the state championship game featuring the Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Joining us now is the head coach from Central Cass, that is Scott Costin. Scott, let's just kind of recap the game that you had in the semifinals. It kind of took you right down the final out against the Beulah Miners there, but really good resolve from Whitney Mitchell in the circle, getting that final out or two that you needed. What have you seen from Whitney, particularly in this tournament, that has allowed her just to flourish in success at where she is right now?
Yeah, in the tournament all season, she just keeps battling, right? So we've had some extra inning games, we've had some really tight games, and Whitney just keeps throwing, and she keeps making sure that we're hitting the pitches that we need to be hitting, and so she showed that all year. So I wasn't surprised that she did it, Would have been nice if that game wasn't quite as close, but it was, it was good to come through on the top.
You speak of it hitting Grace Fletchock 4 bats, in the tournament, all 4 hits, and then able to drive runs in as well. What have you seen from Grace here this weekend so far in Jamestown?
Yeah, she's a leader on our team, and so she really is swinging the bat well right now. She's gotten some big hits for us that allowed us to break it open against Renville County, and then the hit that she got against Beulah there. So, yeah, she's just swinging the bat really well, being a great leader for us.
Good or bad that you've seen a team so much, whether it's Kindred or someone else like them, this is your 5th time. Is it an advantage, disadvantage? How do you view it as a coach?
We both know each other, right? So I think to that extent, we kind of know what to expect. They know what to expect out of us. And so right now it'll just boil down to who's going to execute the best, I believe, is who's going to come out on top on this game. And so from that standpoint, I'd say it's not to either team's disadvantage. It's just the way that it is right now.
Final thing for you, Scott, here. What must Central Cass do well to try to come away with a championship here in the Buffalo City?
We gotta start with playing good defense, okay? We got to win the battle of freebies. I think this will boil down to who makes the fewest mistakes today. And so we gotta make sure that we lock in on defense, play good defense. I'm confident that we're going to get the bat on the ball a little bit here. So score a few runs, but don't give them any cheap ones.
Scott, good to see you. Best of luck here today in the championship.
Yep, thanks for the coverage, Chase.
And again, Scott Kostek, coach of the Central Cass Squirrels, will continue on our pregame show after this.
Central Cass Schools' mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
As we continue here, again, those interviews brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhbanknd.com. That, again, is dhbanknd.com. Chase Miller with you here today from Jamestown, part of our pregame show, again, with Norman County Raceway and the Red River Valley Speedway as well. Well, these two teams have met. Again, this will be their 5th time of the season. Both teams are 2-2, so whoever wins this game not only wins the regular season into postseason series, but they will win another championship as well on top of that. Central Cass has played in every state championship game since this was sanctioned outside of 2016 and 2022, where they failed to make state last season, that is. So again, 2016 and 2023 here for the Central Cass Squirrels. They have been awfully good. Some of the notes in this one for Kindred-Richland in 2 games here in the tournament. They are batting .339 as a team with 20 runs scored, 19 runs driven in. Ammerman, Schmitz, and Johnson have a combined 11 of 19 with 7 runs scored and 14 RBIs in the lineup from 5, 6, and 7 here for Kindred-Richland. While for the Central Cass Squirrels, it's been the top of the order that has really got things going with Mitchell, Sherwood, and Fletchock. They are combined 7 of 16 with 10 runs scored and 5 runs driven in. For Central Cass, they have batted .304 as a team. They've had 14 hits, 17 runs here in this 2 games of the tournament. Both teams have played 12 innings. Central Cass winners in 5 over Renville County, and then able to defeat Beulah. And then for Kindred-Richland, able to upend Des Lacs Burlington in the quarters, and winners in 5 over Velva, Drake, and Moose. It's Central Cass, it's Kindred-Richland, it's rivalry night, and it's championship night here in Jamestown. That does it for our pregame show, again brought to you in part by the Norman County Raceway and Red River Valley Speedway. For more information for tickets in Ada at the Norman County Raceway, you can check out normancounty.raceway.com. That again is normancounty.raceway.com. Or for more information at the Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo, check out redrivervalleyspeedway.com. That again is redrivervalleyspeedway.com. Still to come will be the starting lineups, and then we'll get to the opening pitch. Kindred-Richland will be the visitors as they are the number 3 seed. Central Cass are the home team as they are the number 2 seed. That does it for our pregame show. Starting lineups and the opening pitch is next here from Jamestown.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank Community Bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
As we now get you set for the starting lineups, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life with quality products, grower owned. Go to crystalsugar.com. That again is crystalsugar.com. For the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they'll roll like this. Batting leadoff, the junior shortstop Leah Rowland. Danica Rapp batting second, the senior pitcher. Mackenzie Fuchs, the senior catcher, batting third, with Jansen Jordheim, the senior center fielder, batting cleanup here for the Vikings. Avery Ammerman will be batting fifth, the senior third baseman. You have Ellie Schmitz, the junior left fielder, batting sixth. Cora Johnson, the junior first baseman, seventh. Brea Mount, the senior second baseman, batting eighth. Sierra Nipstead in the starting lineup for the second straight night, the designated player batting ninth for the eighth grader, and Janet Tazarek, the freshman right fielder, will be in the flex. For the Squirrels in the outfield, Wixo in left, Sherwhite in center, Gunnifson in right, Bussey at first, Haugen at second base. From there, you got Fletchock at short, Stieg at third, Preen behind the plate, and Mitchell is going to be in the center circle. That is our starting lineups again, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Live the sweet life. Again, go to crystalsugar.com. That again is crystalsugar.com. Clear skies, 72 degrees. The Vikings and the Squirrels with a winner to win a state title. The Squirrels looking for their seventh, and the Vikings are looking for their fourth in program history. Mitchell in the circle here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Opening pitch will be underway. Righty-righty matchup at 4:57, and this one will miss for a ball. So far here for Mitchell in the tournament coming in, 12 innings of work, 6 hits, 3 runs that were earned, 2 walks, 16 strikeouts, and is yet to give up a home run. This one will be hit up the first base line, and that one will go foul. It's 1-1. In the Region 1 championship, in the first inning, Roland hit a center field home run, and Mackenzie Fuchsa hit a left field home run to get up 2-0 and really ambush early on and never play from behind in that contest for Kindred-Richland. Here's the 1-1. This will be hit up the third baseline. That'll go foul at 1-2. We'll also keep you apprised of the Central Cass third place baseball game going on right now with our audio-only broadcast with Greg Grenz over at Jack Brown Stadium. About a stone, maybe a little more than a stone's thrown from here at Trapper Field. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way. Mitchell to Roland. Leah Roland so far in this tournament, 3 of 6 at the plate with 3 runs scored. Here's the pitch. This will be fisted towards the second baseman. Haugen gets an opportunity at this one. Good throw to Bussey. 4-3 on the putout, and the Squirrels get the first out of the contest here in the field. As you have Danica Rath now. Rath 0 for 6 from the plates. Has a run scored so far here for the Vikings. And this is the state championship game here today in Jamestown. This one will be in there for a strike by Mitchell, now 0-1. Earlier today, already been announced the Senior Athlete of the Year, Riley Satrum from the Mayport CG Patriots, and Keenan Konchak from the Mayport CG Patriots as well. The Coach of the Year, the 0-1 pitch. This will be hit over the Kindred-Richland dugout, which is up the third base side here in Jamestown. It'll be 0-2. Down the third baseline is nearly due south here at Trapper Field, which means down the first baseline is nearly due west. No balls, 2 strikes on the way to the senior pitcher on the pitcher-pitcher matchup. Check swing as it will go foul. So again, Leah Rowland with the ground out. Now Danica Rath, no balls and 2 strikes here with the senior pitcher. We've seen these two teams go to extras twice. We've seen these two teams where all you need is 2 runs to win a game. The most that either have scored against each other is 6 and 5 respectively, and that was the last time they met in Hankinson for the Region 1 title. Strike 3 looking, and Rath is retired, and Mitchell gets her first punch out of the late afternoon into the early evening. Mackenzie Fuchsa here has gone 3 of 7 with 3 runs driven in here at the state tournament. Last time she saw Mitchell, she took her deep twice to left field. I was back again in Hankinson for the Region 1 title. First pitch swinging, hits one up the third baseline. That'll go foul. Now 0-1. Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they have met in the state championships so many times, as we alluded to, in 2014, in 2017, in 2019, in 2022, and now here in 2024. The 0-1 pitch off speed, got her out in front. This is popped up and playable. This will be in foul ball, but this will go between Stieg, Mitchell, and Preen, as it now will be 0-2. So fortunate there for Mackenzie, as that should have been caught, but between Preen, Stieg, and Mitchell, none of them called for it, as they all kind of looked at the softball coming down, and they stopped, and the softball came in and able to reach. So it will be a strike, but Fuchsa still has life here on the top of the first inning. Here's the 0-2 offering upcoming from Mitchell. Foul tipped, as we'll do it all over again at 0-2. As this one just kind of came off the bat there of Fuchsa with Preen with our home plate umpire, so he just shakes it off. I'll do it over again at no balls and 2 strikes, as the sun will be interesting to see, playing some possible havoc a little bit, but not anything too great. It's almost nearly dead away center up the right field line right now. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Good block by Preem. Better eye there by Mackenzie Fuchsa to now make it 1-2. Two teams that, you want to beat. 2 teams that have respect for one another, but 2 teams that would awfully like to win a championship against your respective rival as well and have bragging rights for another season. Here's the payoff pitch. 1-2. Fuchsa swung on and missed, and Mitchell gets her second strikeout. A 3-up, 3-down first as we head to the bottom of the first inning next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Designing places of lasting value and beauty, Hepper Olson Architects of Buxton continues to be a leader in small town skylines. No project is off the table, as they've completed buildings for commercial businesses, educational and medical facilities, public spaces, religious centers, and even residential properties. From start to finish, Bobby and her team will help your visions become reality. Hepper Olson Architects of Buxton, 701-841-1000 and hepperolson.com. Best of luck to the regional athletes in your spring sports tournaments.
As we come back here, let's get to our starting lineups again now on the opposite side, brought to you in part by American Crystal Sugar Company. Whitney Mitchell will be batting leadoff for the freshman pitcher. Sophie Sherwhite will be batting second for the freshman center fielder. Grace Fletchock will be batting third for the senior shortstop. Brady Bussey in the cleanup spot, the sophomore first baseman. Aspen Preem behind the plate again, batting fifth. Olivia Haugen batting sixth for the second baseman. Natalie Fontaine, the junior designated player, batting seventh. Madeline Stieg, the freshman third baseman, batting eighth. Paige Wixo, the senior left fielder, batting ninth. Then Kiara Gunnifson will be in the flex spot here, part of our American Crystal Sugar Company starting lineups. Schmitz in left, Jornheim in center, Tazarek in right for the Vikings. Johnson at first, Malk at second, Rowland at short, with Ammerman at third, Fuchsa behind the plate with Danica Rath in the circle. So far here in the tournament, for Danica Rath, 12 innings of work, 5 hits, 6 runs. Only one of those runs, though, was earned. 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 0 homers. Central Cass batting .304 so far in 2 games as a team in this tournament. And now it's pitcher versus pitcher here to Mitchell. Mitchell, first pitch swinging. This one will be, what a hop and what a play by Rowland at short. It was a little line drive play. Rowland able to come across that shortstop on the one hop. 6-3 on the putout, and there's one down, and that's a sparkling play brought to you in part by Great Plains Fireworks. If you're looking for big-time fireworks, the small kids displays, they got you covered this 4th of July just off the frontage road of I-29 in Hillsboro. First pitch flashing the leather there with Rowland. It's now 0-1 to Sophie Sherwood here. Sophie 3 of 5 in the tournament with 5 runs scored and a run driven in for the freshman center fielder. 1 and 2 here for Scott Koss this season are both freshmen. And then the number 3 batter, a senior with Grace Fletchock. This will be 1 ball and a strike. It's the 2024 State B Softball Championship game here from the Buffalo City. The 1-1 offering upcoming. This will be hit in the air. That's to center field. That's got a little hop to it. Jansen Jordheim takes a few steps back in center, though. Be a loud line drive out, and it will be out number 2. As you'll have Grace Fletchock now due up here for the Central Cass Squirrels, and she has been on a tear here for Central Cass. 3 of 4. She plated 4 runs on her first 4 at-bats in this tournament with 3 runs scored and drawn a handful of walks. Here's the righty Rath. This will be hit on the ground. Another 2-hopper. This will go off of Rowland's glove. Rowland trying to complete the play, unable to do so, as Leah had to take a couple of steps to her left, and by the time that second hop came up and hit their inside of the mid on a little bit of the heel there. As now getting on base here will be Fletchock for the first base runner here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Brady Bussey, the sophomore cleanup batter here. 1 of 5 with a run scored and 2 runs driven in. She had a big 2 RBI against the Beulah Miners yesterday. First pitch swinging, and Bussey nearly laces a double down the left field line. If that is fair, Fletchock might score from first. Instead, it's 0-1. Both these teams know each other so well where you don't need a scouting report, you don't need a playbook, you just got to go play. Talking with both head coaches, they both kind of said it's probably to the advantage, not so much of a disadvantage, knowing your opponents, knowing what the strengths and weaknesses are and of the particular batters of certain situations when you get runners in scoring position, or in this case, a runner at first, knowing that, hey, Fletchock could potentially go, so Mackenzie Fuchs has to be ready behind the plate. Here's the 1-1. Off-speed pitch. Bussey swung on top of that one. It's now 1-2. So these teams played against each other nearly about 20% of their schedule when you start looking at it. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Rath. Strike 3, looking to retire the side. So both teams had a chance to get to the plate, and both teams end up with 0 runs in the first. As it will be no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We have played 1 here in the state title scoreless on your liveevent.com.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
Top of the second inning we go here in Jamestown. It will be Jansen Jordheim, Avery Ammerman, and then Miss Ellie Schmitz due up here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Inning number 2 here. Mitchell with back-to-back strikeouts, 1 of looking and 1 of swinging to finish the Vikings in the first. Kindred-Richland and the Central Cass Squirrels scoreless here as we head to the second inning. After the conclusion of this game, make sure you stay tuned to our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and we'll try as best as once you win a title, a lot of photos and a lot of people that want your attention. We'll try to hear from some of those particulars once we get to our post-game show, as well as Mitchell delivers a strike to Jansen here as it's 0-1. Jordheim in the tournament, 1 of 6 with 2 runs scored so far in the cleanup role for Sam Brandt. The 0-1 pitch upcoming from Mitchell, swung on and missed. Now it's 0-2. These two teams, I was telling some of the parents from both squads throughout the week, saying, as a softball fan, I really hope that these two teams would meet here again in the championship. Here's the 0-2 from Mitchell. That'll be strike 3 looking, and Whitney has retired 3 straight via the punch-out. as now it's Avery Ammerman, who's 3 of 6 in the tournament with 4 runs scored and 4 runs driven in. And saying maybe for the parents, maybe not something that you want to see, knowing you're going to get a good game and you have to pace around. But from a softball fan's perspective, you're hoping you get to see this, knowing what we've seen between these two teams this season. 0-1 here to Ammerman. The 11-inning game was an absolute thriller in Kindred, and the Region 1 championship was just as good, not to mention the other 2 games they played this year. No balls and a strike upcoming here. This will be swung on and missed. Now it's 0-2. And so far early on, it has lived up to the billing, albeit it's in the 2nd inning. But both coaches kind of alluded to the team that makes the less mistakes probably will have the chance to come out on top. The 0-2 pitch. This is skied and popped up, and this will go behind us, as we'll keep it at 0-2. And you can say that in any sport, but particularly with these two clubs. We saw the Vikings commit 7 errors against the Lakers in the quarterfinals, but come away with the win, only giving up 6 runs. And yesterday played a clean game in their own rights for Kindred-Richland against Beulah. Part of the reason, against Velvet Drake and Moose. Part of the reason why they got up early and they 10-run ruled the Aggies. It's now 1-2, and in their own right, Central Cass has been awfully efficient in both against Renville County, playing in an absolute downpour, and what they were able to do yesterday against the Miners. The 1-2 from Mitchell. This will be fisted by Ammerman, and this will go foul. Taking a couple steps there as Schmitz getting out of the way in the on-deck circle here, and we'll do it again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So far for Mitchell, 4 batters faced. Outside of Avery, this is her 5th, but 4 batters faced, 4 retired, and she hasn't had a 2-ball count yet. Similar to what she did against Beulah in the first 4 to 5 innings, she got ahead of batters. Then the 6th and 7th, the steam kind of worn out a little bit, as this is going to be hit in the air, and that's going to be over Fletchock's head into short left field. Avery Ammerman's aboard for the first hit of the game here for the Vikings, as they will have a runner at first. So Ammerman got jammed, but had enough muscle to get that one over Fletchock at short, as now it comes up with the junior left fielder here with Schmitz, who's had herself a nice tournament at the number 6 spot here. 3 of 7 so far with 2 runs scored and 4 runs driven in. 1 down here in the 2nd. This will go in the dirt. Avery takes a couple of steps as Preen looks back the runner at first. It's now 1-0. Schmitz part of the lineup here for Kindred-Richland, which it has been the 5, 6, and 7 batters in these 2 state tournament games coming to the 3rd that have done the most damage. And Schmitz hits one right off the glove of Mitchell. Mitchell will have to try to field it, unable to do so. That was nearly a line drive out, but Mitchell trying to glove it, went off of her glove, and then went to Olivia at 3rd with Haugen there. And Haugen, and that'll be a base knock on the way. So Ammerman stands at 2nd. Schmitz stands at 1st here on a hard hit right back up to Mitchell that nearly had a chance to possibly turn 2 instead. It went off her glove, and she tried to close the glove. It went off of her glove, and now all of a sudden you got Cora Johnson with the big grand slam home run to finish the game off in her last at-bat. First pitch swinging goes right up the middle. Rounding third's going to be Ammerman. Here's the throw by Sherwhite. This one will miss the cutoff, and the runners will move up an extra 60 feet. It's an RBI single for Johnson, and she has her 6th run driven in the last 24 hours, her 7th of the tournament. Ammerman comes in to score her first run of the game. Schmitz goes 1st to 3rd, and Johnson, able to get a single on the throw, will take 2nd base. So 1-0 Vikings here after the Johnson run driven in. Again, 5, 6, and 7 batters right on cue deliver. First time through against Mitchell here in the 2nd. Looking to bunt. Mitchell going to look at the runner here and look back the runner, and out at 3rd. Elena Schmitz is out at 3rd. She took a couple of steps after the bump play there by Brea Mauk, and they get the lead runner out at 3rd base, and there's going to be 2 down. So the bunt went up about 2 to 3 feet to the left-hand side, and Mitchell immediately looked back the runner, threw over to Stieg to apply the out, as Schmitz is retired 1-5 on the putout, as Mauk is able to reach base on the fielder's choice. First pitch swinging as Nipstead hits one down the left field line. The left fielder Wixo goes into foul territory, and Nipstead nearly possibly hit one out of the park, but that one went foul. It's now 0-1. Nipstead 1-2 with a run driven in and a run scored yesterday against the Miners. Going back to that bunt play, we've seen it a handful of times here in the tournament where you bunt it with an unoccupied base with 0 or 1 out, and you force the pitcher to make a decision. That time Mitchell said, I'm not going to first. We're going to try to get the lead runner, and it paid off for the Squirrels. Off-speed pitch, swung on and missed at 0-2. And where that bunt was by Mauk allowed Mitchell also to take a look back at Schmitz, who took a couple of steps, froze, and once he froze, that's when Mitchell got the ball and able to run her back. No balls, 2 strikes on the way here to Nipstead. This will be hit on the ground, and that will go foul. Sierra just the 8th grader here. Designated player. Then it goes back to the top of the lineup here with Leah Rowland. So far, the RBI single on the way for Cora Johnson. 1-0 Vikings here in the top of the 2nd inning. Off-speed pitch. Mitchell got Nipstead out in front. They'll have to complete the throw to first. Bring to Bussey, they do, and that'll retire their side. Mitchell with her 4th strikeout of the game, but not before. A run comes across on 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 Squirrels left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning with the new score, it's 1-0 Kindred-Richland on your liveevent.com.
Pearly Community Co-op has been serving the area producers with exceptional service and quality products since 1933. Schedule your vehicle in the shop for tires, oil changes, and small repair services. Delivering premium Cenex Farm fuels and lubricants direct to your locations. Call Rob for your farm fuel and bulk oil, as well as transport load and contract pricing. 218-861-6561. Pearly Community Co-op, locally owned and serving you since 1933. Call 218-861-6561.
Chase Miller with you here from Jamestown, broadcasting from the Prairie Inn broadcast booth, the Prairie Inn restaurant in Carrington. When you're driving through Carrington, located by the roundabout, whether you're looking for maybe a breakfast or lunch meeting or something after work, you can check it all out at the Prairie Inn. They got you covered from their salad line bar, and you can take a bite out of those delicious pies as well. That's the Prairie Inn restaurant in Carrington, our broadcast booth location here today in Jamestown. Aspen Preen with Olivia Haugen and Natalie Fontaine. The 5, 6, and 7 batters due up here. First pitch swinging on the way is Aspen Preen. This will be a pop-up. Roland comes across about a foot in front of second base to get the out, and there's 1 down here in the 2nd inning. As you'll have Olivia now to the plate. Haugen 1 of 4 with 2 runs scored so far here in the state tournament. Danica Rath with 1 down here in the bottom half of the 2nd. Off-speed pitch, that'll miss low, now 1-0. So the Kindred-Richland Vikings able to get 1 run across. Whitney Mitchell able to minimize the damage just to 1. We'll see what the Squirrels can do here in the bottom half of the 2nd. 1-0 pitch, foul tipped. It now will be 1-1. Interesting point of the game here. You score a run, you give up 0. You feel like momentum will be on your side if you're the Vikings. Update for you here. In the top of the 4th from Jack Brown Stadium, 3rd place game. Central Cass 5, Cheyenne New Rockford scoreless. Top of the 4th, we'll also have that state baseball championship later tonight with Thompson and Grafton with Greg Grenz from Jack Brown Stadium. This one delivered for a strike, looking by Haugen. Now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rath with the 1-2. Swung on and missed, and it's her 2nd strikeout, and there's 2 down. So 2 down here as it's Natalie Fontaine, the junior designated player, the daughter of Larry Fontaine, the head coach for the Maple River Raiders. Also teaching at Hope Page. First pitch swinging, a 3-hopper that goes to Rowland across the diamond, 6-3 on the putout. And Rowland gets her 2nd out there on the ground out for the Kindred-Richland Vikings here in the front half of this contest. A 3-up, 3-down inning as we head to the 3rd here on your liveevent.com.
Red River Valley Speedway. Every Friday night you're gonna feel alright. Your destination for family fun. Get
ready for racing this Friday night at 7 at the Red River Valley Speedway. This week is Military Appreciation Night, First Responders Night, and the IMCA Sprint Car Meet and Greet. Stay after the races for fireworks. Sponsored by Star Fireworks, Stutzman Harley-Davidson, M&J Brand Saloon, Thunder Country, FM Drain Cleaning and Services, and Leinenkugels. For details, log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com.
As we come back here, Rowland first pitch swinging, and she's going to hit one. That's going to be into left center field. Rowland rounds first on her way to second for a stand-up double on the first pitch here. And the Vikings have a runner in scoring position immediately to start the top half of the third inning. That's the fourth hit off Mitchell so far here as Rowland gets the extra base hit. That'll be the first extra base hit of the game for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. As now you have Danica Rath to the plate and chance to help her own cause. Either driving to run it or at least moving Rath, make that Rowland up 60 feet. First pitch swinging. This one will go foul up the third base line over the batting cages and towards the concession stand here at Trapper Field. And now will be 0-1. So for the Vikings, these are the moments where you got to capitalize here against Central Cass. Doesn't matter if it's the Squirrels, the Miners, whoever it is. It's title game. You get a leadoff double. These are the situations where you bring them in. We'll see what Whitney Mitchell can do on the opposite side now in the circle for Central Cass. The 0-1 popped up. This will be in foul territory, but Stieg, the third baseman, able to get there in a large first out for the freshman Mitchell in the circle as there's one down. Now with Mackenzie Fuchsa, we saw Scott Koss intentionally walk Fuchsa in the Region 1 championship after having 2 home runs. And with a free base here, we'll see how aggressive he wants to pitch to her with Mitchell in the circle as Fuchsa digs in 0-for-1 with a strikeout. First pitch swinging, and Shewitz hill one down the left field line. That'll go foul. Now 0-1. A half second later, we could be possibly talking about a 2-run homer there by Fuchsa. She's got the power. Now you work ahead in the count. No balls and a strike as Mitchell and Preen look into the dugout here, get the sign, take a look at the arm bar and the wristband. And the 0-1. This will be up the third baseline foul behind Sam Brantz. Now it's 0-2. So a good start here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, particularly what they did in the second, stringing 3 consecutive hits across with Ammerman, Schmitz, and Johnson delivering the RBI single. Now with Aaliyah Rowland, leadoff double here, 1 down. We'll see what they can do, but Fuchsa behind the count, no balls, and 2 strikes. Here's Mitchell with the 0-2. And Fuchsa does it again, as it will be now 0-2 yet again. She had a line drive foul, she had a ground foul, and a flyby foul, all down the third base line. Pitch number 4 of the at-bat here from Mitchell. We'll see if she can get one by Fuchsa. The 0-2. Off-speed pitch up in the zone. It's now 1-2 as Rowland puts on the brakes about a good 10 to 15 feet down that runner's line here from second to third. Beulah Miners defeated Velvet Drake Animus earlier today for third. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Make that the 1-2 pitch. She needed 1 strike, and she got it as Mitchell gets her 5th strikeout of the evening. Jansen Jordheim 0-for-1 with a strikeout, looking her last time up, and Mitchell 1 good pitch, 1 out away from stranding a leadoff double. 2 down here in the top half of the third. First pitch swinging Jordheim. This will go over the Squirrels dugout as this will go foul. It's now 0-1. So no balls and a strike here. The Kindred-Richland Vikings 3 up, 3 down in the first. Sent 6 batters to the plate in the second. This is their 4th batter to the plate here in the top half of the third inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch upcoming from Mitchell. This will be fouled into the netting. Now it'll be 0-2. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they'll be sending their 8, 9, and 1 batters with Stieg, Wixo, and Mitchell here to the plates against Danica Rath. But before then, it's still 1-0. Or can the Vikings try to plate Rowland here from second? No balls, 2 strikes. Mitchell in the circle with the pitch. That'll run up. That'll be 1-2. Got the lawn chairs out. Half the crowd on the left-hand side in red and the other half the crowd blue. What more would you expect here with a good crowd in Jamestown with the Squirrels and the Vikings? The 1-2 pitch. And this will be popped up, potentially playable as this one's going to the second row here in the stands, as it will be 1 and 2 as the Ammermans have to try to get out of the way here, as it will be 1 and 2 yet again. So Roland will be standing at second, Danica Rath and Mackenzie Fuchsa, a pop-out and a strikeout. Jansen Jordheim battling here with the 1-2 count with Mitchell. Here's the payoff pitch from Whitney. Off speed, got her swinging, and Mitchell gets her 6th strikeout of the contest. 2 strikeouts in the first, second, and the third, and Roland is stranded in scoring position. We head to the bottom of the third next here in Jamestown.
Are you dreaming of building or remodeling your dream home? This is Sonia from the Lighting Gallery, and we can help you from the time you start that dream to the time that your last fixture is hung in your room. We can come out to your house and do an in-home lighting design, picking out fixtures, working within your budget, working within your style, and putting together a full lighting package for you that makes your house feel like a home. If you're building, you're remodeling, visit us at the Lighting Gallery, located at 3622 South Washington Street in Grand Forks.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Plus, Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting and paint mixing section for your own do-it-yourself projects. From their grill selection with Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to their customer laser engraving center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
Stieg will be coming up to the plate here to start the bottom of the third inning. First pitch swinging, swung on and foul back here for Maddie, the freshman third baseman. So far for Stieg in the tournament, 0-for-4, but has drawn a few walks. And goes to Wixo, then back to top of the lineup in the second time through here against Danica Rath, who's faced 1 over the minimum so far in this one. This will be a ball. It will make it 1-1. So far, it was a Fletchock single. It's been the lone runner aboard here for the Central Cass Squirrels with 2 outs in the first. 1-1 pitch. This will be hit over the first baseman. The second baseman can't come up with it, and it's going to be a base knock. A perfectly executed play if you had to hit it there for Stieg. It was an inside-out swing, a little line drive pop, if you will. Didn't have a lot on it. Johnson went to go glove it, missed it. Malk went to go recover, and she was there, but as it popped up from the dirt, took a little spin, and Malk unable to come up with it cleanly, which allows Stieg to get on base here at first. So tying run to the plate here, bottom of the third. Paige Wixo to the dish for the senior left fielder. First pitch swinging, hits one, a 2-hopper. That'll be a double play. Yes, it is! A double play by Malk. A little 2-hopper. Malk able to tag Stieg and then flip it over to Johnson to retire Wixo for the double play. 4-3 double play. That was smooth on the way there by the second baseman, and there's 2 down. That double play brought to you in part by Great Plains Fireworks. To make plays like that, you deserve a 4th of July celebration. Check them out just off the frontage road off I-29 in Hillsboro. Get Great Plains Fireworks for your 4th of July display. Mark that one scoring at home. That's a big twin killing as it goes now to Whitney Mitchell. Mitchell 1-0, and she will take now for 2-0 here against Danica Rath. Make plays like that behind you. Good things can only try to happen throughout the rest of this game. The 2-0 pitch. That'll miss. Now 3-0. Brea, too, did not hesitate. It was a 2-hopper, and she saw the runner coming to her with Stieg. Immediately got the tag and then flipped over to Johnson at first. 3-0. I'll be in there for a strike now. 3-1. For the Vikings, top of the fourth, Ammerman, Schmitz, and Johnson will be coming to the plate. 3-1. That'll miss. It's a 5-pitch walk, and Mitchell is aboard, and Danica Rath has her first free pass of the contest here. Central Cass has yet to get a runner past first base here against Rath to this juncture. Now it's to Sophie Sherwhite. Sherwhite flew out to Jordheim in center field her last time up. 2 down here as Danica Rath looks in to the Viking dugout for the sign. First pitch swinging. This one will be to Malk. Has another chance. Why not? All 3 outs here at second base by Malk. 4-3 on the putout to retire Sherwhite on 1 pitch. as we head to the top of the fourth inning. It's still 1-0 Vikings on your liveevent.com.
Successful teams need a place to practice when the weather doesn't cooperate or the teams just need an extra swing. The Mayport Youth Center provides that option for the Mayport CG School District summer baseball and softball teams. The Mayport Youth Center is an indoor facility that includes batting cages and field turf. In the winter, the facility is home to the Mayport Ice Dog hockey team. Good luck to the Mayport CG Patriots from the Mayport Youth Center.
Reminder that the Red River Valley Fair is 3 weekends of fun coming up in June and July, beginning June 28th through the 30th, July 4th through the 7th, and July 11th through the 14th. You can check out everything from Breaking Benjamin, Blake Shelton, Ludacris, Google Dolls, Sublime, and more. That's on the main stage for the entertainment acts. For a complete list of acts, tickets, or just the 4-H or anything else that you're looking for at the Red River Valley Fair, go to redrivervalleyfair.com. That again is redrivervalleyfair.com. Chase Miller with you here from Jamestown. It's the Vikings one. The Squirrels scoreless here as Avery comes up to the plate. And this was the lineup in the second. They got 3 consecutive singles and a run across so far. Avery Ammerman here with a run scored as well. She's the lone one here today. It takes up high for a ball. You go through now all of a sudden for the Vikings in this particular juncture. They are 14 of 22 with 8 runs and 15 RBIs now here in this tournament for the 5, 6, and 7 portion of this particular lineup. This one is flied out to right. Gunnifson is there, and there's one down as Ammerman is retired. Wixo in left, Sherwine in center with Gunnifson again in right. Stieg at third with Fletchock at short. Haugen at second, Bussey at first, and Aspen Preen behind the plates. Mitchell in the circle, 3 1/3 so far. 4 hits, a run that was earned, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. First pitch swinging, this one's in the air. That'll go to left. Taking a couple of steps back there is Wixo in left center field. And there's 2 flyouts here in the 4th inning, and there's 2 down. Cora Johnson now will come up to the plate. As Johnson, a single with a run driven in here in this tournament. She's batting at 6 of 8 with 7 RBIs here for Johnson, including a grand slam to end the game against Velva Drake Anamoose. Whitney Mitchell, righty-righty matchup here with the pitch. This will run into the hitter? Yes, it did. Cora Johnson first pitch was hit by a pitch, and Johnson will take first base here with 2 down. As you have Brea Mauk. As Brea, the senior second baseman, again recorded all 3 outs in the bottom of the 3rd, and in doing so turned a sensational double play to boot. Runner at first base here again is Johnson. Here's the pitch by Mitchell. Johnson will stay put. This will be in there for a strike at 0-1. Bottom of the 4th inning for the Squirrels. It'll be the Hartley order with Fletchock, Bussey, and Preen. The 3, 4, and 5 batters due up for Central Cass in the bottom half of the 4th. But before then, one of the Vikings got in store here with 2 outs. Mitchell, the 0-1 swung on and missed. Now it's 0-2 here to Mauk. Sierra Nipstead on the on-deck circle for the Vikings. Squirrels in their all black, very Johnny Cash of them style of uniforms with the red numerals and lettering outlined in white. Here's the 0-2. This would be hit and over the diving glove of Fletchock in a short left field. That came in and ran in on Mauk. Brea did a good job able to get that one enough over Fletchock there, and there's 2 runners on. Johnson at second. Brea stands at first. The 5th hit here against Mitchell. And there's runners at first and second base here with Sierra Nipstead. 0-for-1 with a strikeout, swinging her last time up. 2 runners on here for the Vikings. They left 2 on in the second, 1 on in the 3rd. Mitchell. This one will be swung on and a foul tip. That'll be 0-1. Mitchell looking to minimize any potential damage here as she did that in the second, minimizing it just to 1. Able to work off a leadoff double with Leah Rowland in the top of the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This will be hit in the air. That's going to go to left center field. Wixo comes in, and that'll retire the side. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We've played 3.5 here from Jamestown. It's still 1-0 Vikings as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning.
The Mayport CG Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to all the teams in the state softball tournament, and good luck to the Region 2 champ, Mayport CG Patriots, from the Mayport CG Booster Club.
Update for you from Jack Brown Stadium in the 5th inning. It's Central Cass 7, Cheyenne New Rockford scoreless. So the Central Cass Squirrels well in control on the baseball side right now, leading Cheyenne New Rockford 7-0. State Baseball Championship scheduled to get underway at 7 o'clock with Grafton and Thompson in a battle of the northeast portion of the state here in the James River Valley. Greg Grenz will have the call for you on that one on yourliveevent.com. As it's going to be Fletchock, Bussey, and Preen here. The 3, 4, and 5 batters up for the Squirrels. Here comes Rapp. This one will be in the dirt. Now it's going to be 1-0. Fletchock so far the only base hit outside of the Stieg single here for the Central Cass Squirrels tonight. And if you're the Central Cass Squirrels, someone who has provided the pop and also a little bit of the spark has been Fletchock at the plate here in this tournament. 1-0, that'll miss up high. How about the hands? It's now 2-0. Central Cass left a runner on in the first. That was after a Fletchock 2-out single and a runner on last inning as well. After that double play was turned by Brea at second base. Now 3-0, and Danica Rath, this will be her second 3-ball count. She walked Mitchell back in the 3rd inning. Central Cass digs back in here with Fletchock. Here's the 3-0. Rath will deliver a strike. It's now 3-1. 7th place went to the Mayport CG Patriots, the number 1 overall seed. Able to defeat Renville County. 5th place went to the Lax Burlington Lewis and Clark over Thompson, 6-5. This will be hit on the ground, rolling deep in the hole at short. This one will get by her glove, and even if she gloves that cleanly, there's no way you're going to gun out Fletchock there at first. Deep in the hole, and Fletchock's aboard with her second single. Tying run aboard here for the Squirrels. That's now it goes to Brady Bussey. Bussey has 1 hit, but 2 RBIs here in the state tournament. 1 of 6 so far here for the sophomore first baseman. Danica Rath in the circle. Fuchsa behind the plate. Here's the pitch, and Bussey fouls this one back. It's 0-1. Schmidtson left with Jordheim in center. To Zark in right from the Richland part of the Kindred-Richland equation. Johnson at first with Brea at second. Roland, as we alluded to, at short, and Avery Ammerman at third base with Fuchsa behind the plate. Danica Rath, the future Comber, the 0-1 pitch. This will be lined straight up the middle, and that's a dive for a base. And then Jordheim then sees this one get by her for a moment, so the lead runner Fletchock trying to get to third, but she's out! Oh, what a play by Jordheim there in center. The tag by Ammerman, and Fletchock is out at third base. Getting to second will be Bussey, as Fletchock will be retired 8-5, and there's 1 down. Jensen Jordheim saw that one on the 3rd hop, just bounced by her for a moment, able to see that one, able to pick it up and throw an absolute rope over to the 3rd baseman there with Avery Ammerman, as now Bussey again stands at second base. So that's going to be a large out butt for the Squirrels. Heads up base running there by Bussey again to get into scoring position as you bring up now Aspen Preen. As you'll have a runner coming in here for the Central Cass Squirrels. As Flanagan will come on and now and run here for Bussey on the pinch run. So mark that one at home. 8-5 on the putout. How large is that? There'll be runners at bare minimum first and second if it doesn't get by Jordheim, but it didn't, and took a perfect throw in all fairness to get Fletchock out at third. So 1 down, but with a runner on here as Aspen Preen fouls one back. It's now 0-1. Seen both teams flash the leather pretty nice, but it's been the Vikings have kind of stood out a little bit with a nice rolling play earlier. We've seen Mauk at second, and now Jordheim there makes good of her little air that she had at the moment. As the off-speed pitch will miss for a ball. It's now 1-1. Didn't miss by much. The Viking bench asking to see where that was. Just a little in. As we'll do it again, now with a 1-1 count. 1-1 pitch is going to be fouled back. Now it's 1-2. Aspen Preem with a 2-run home run the last time these two teams met in Hankinson in the Region 1 Championship. We'll love to do that here, if not at least get that runner in Flanagan moving here at second. Here's the 1-2. This will be hit in the air. That'll go to short left center field. Jansen Jordheim cuts in front of the left fielder Schmitz. And there's 2 down. Good looking play there by Jordheim. And there's 2 down here as it's now to Olivia Haugen. Olivia 1 of 5 here in the tournament. Struck out her last time up against Danica Rath, who's on for her 4th inning of work right now, has given up 5 hits. The pitch by Rath. This one goes right back off of Rath. Rolling there, plays it at short, across in time. 1-6-3 on the putout. That'll retire the side here as we head to the 5th inning. It's the Kindred-Richland Vikings 1, the Central Cass Squirrels scoreless here on your liveevent.com.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
It's the North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 3rd and 4th.
Closey with the 0-2 pitch.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 10th and 11th.
Right corner West is there for the dig. Backs at Bogenry for another kill.
Plus, the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 15th and 16th.
Really nice quality second half. Goes off the backboard for the duck to Carson Yale.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Coming up, we'll get to our in-game update here. First up, though, is the leadoff batter in Roland. Roland wastes very little time. Fouls this one off. Now 0-1. Roland 1 of 2 so far here in this contest with a double. Our in-game update brought to you in part by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. For the Vikings, 1 run off a Cora Johnson RBI single. 5 hits. They've left 5 runners on base, have yet to commit an error. While for the Central Cass Squirrels, no runs, 4 hits. They've left 3 runners on base, and the Squirrels have yet to commit an error as well. As this one runs in on Roland for a strike. It's now 0-2. And that is our in-game update brought to you in part by the Hillsborough EDC. Lots available to build your dream house, from schools, businesses, recreation. Raise your family in Hillsborough. There's more at exit 104. This one going to be backhanded by Fletchuk at short. Able to go across the diamond to Bussey, but at 1 hops the first baseman, and Roland is aboard. Fletchuk did a great job backhanding that one. Threw it then. She knew she had to try to get the speedy runner Roland at 1 hop Bussey. And now you're going to have a runner at first base here with Roland. As right now Scott Koss will come out here, just make sure everything is okay. So Roland will be aboard here with nobody out. And this is starting to feel as it was already a couple times this season. We're a 2-1 game that we saw twice between these two clubs. Again, it was 2-1 on the first time they met on April the 22nd, and 2-1 in the Region 1 semis in Hankinson. This has all the feelings of that, as well as looking to bunt will be Danica Rath. That'll be 0-1. Where every runner you get on is so valuable at this particular juncture, considering where we are in this game here in the top of the 5th. In a contest, it's not just about over right now, 45 minutes old. Here's the 0-1 from Mitchell. This will be foul right to Sam Brandt up the third base coach's box. Now 0-2. So Rowland able to get on board. She absolutely tattooed that softball. It was a one-hop grounder. Fletchuk did a great job seeing that one come right into the glove. Again, there at short, but Rowland's aboard here regardless. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Danica Rath. Rath hits one. This will go foul, as Rowland was looking to go for a stolen base there on the 0-2. For Kindred-Richland, trying to get their first state softball championship since 2017. It would be the fourth in program history. The Central Cass Squirrels looking for their seventh state championship in program history. Their most recent was 2022. This will be foul back into the netting, and we'll do it all over again. So a nice at-bat here for Danica Rath. Fifth meeting this season, and the fifth meeting all time in the state championship as well. As right now, you have Danica Rath choking up a little bit on the bat here for the Vikings. Here's the 0-2. This will miss. Rowland, she will go. They throw behind the runner. That will allow Rowland to get to second base. Rowland kind of was hanging out about a third of the way and then kind of took another step towards second. And once that throw by Preen went to Bussey, Rowland immediately beeline for second, and she is in there. So now it's going to be 1-2. And if you throw it towards the second base, not sure if Rowland would have went, but the 1-2 pitch is going to be in the dirt, blocked here by Preen, and then eventually Rowland scampers to third. So that's how large that first stolen base is, as Rowland now stands at third. That one was in the dirt. So now all of a sudden the Vikings with a large second run 60 feet away with no outs as the infield will come in. It'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes here to the number 2 batter in Danica Rath. Rath rolls up her sleeve on the right-hand side right now. Rowland and standing at third base as Mitchell toes the rubber. Here's a 2-2. This will miss. Now 3-2. And when Leah Rowland runs, it's like watching someone with their hair on fire. She is daring you to throw that softball and make a play, and make a perfectly executed play on the base pass. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Popped up. This one possibly could be playable, but that'll go out of play on top of the batting cages here, as we will do it again at 3-2. The Central Cass Squirrels, can they solve the riddle that is Danica Rath once they come up to the plate? Well, for Danica Rath, can she help her own cause? Quite truthfully here in the fifth. 3-2 pitch. That'll miss low, and Rath is aboard with a walk. So we had a hit by pitch and a walk, and now Danica Rath with no time called is going to scamper to second base. So there was no time as Scott Costa is going to call time now, so Rath will go from home plate to second after there was no time called as well, and Scott wants to talk it over here at the infield. We'll break with him on YourLiveEvent.com.
Whether you're local or driving through Carrington, make sure to stop into the Prairie Inn restaurant. They have the best breakfast and coffee, but they also have some of the best dinner and supper entrees too. The Prairie Inn is your breakfast, dinner, and supper headquarters. Stop in and you can sink your teeth into some tasty sandwiches and soups. Take a trip through the Express Line salad bar with hot entree and, of course, the delicious pies and desserts. Located right by the roundabout in Carrington. Call 701-652-3976.
Top of the fifth inning, it's the Vikings one. Central Cass scoreless here on YourLiveEvent.com. Again, runner at second base will be Danica Rath. Leah Rowland stands at third, and, well, Mackenzie Fuchs going to get the intentional walk. They want nothing to do with her with runners in scoring position. So now you'll have Fuchsa will come out of the game, and we'll have a pinch runner on as well, or a courtesy runner here. As this looks to be like Peyton Getty will come on here for the Vikings. As it will be Getty coming on to courtesy run here for Fuchsa. So runner at third base will be Rowland. Danica Rath stands at second. The intentional walk by Fuchsa gets Getty to first base, and there's good speed on here. As now it's Jansen Jordheim with nowhere to put her. Infield comes in. This will miss now 1-0. Fuchsa 0 for 2. Make that Jordheim 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Biggest part of the game here in the top half of the fifth. Vikings looking to separate a little bit here from Central Cass. Well, for Central Cass, looking for a strikeout or something hit to an infielder here and get the lead runner at home. The 1-0. Jordheim hits one in the air. That'll go to right center field. Coming across there is going to be Gunnifson. Gunnifson's throw will hit the cutoff man. It will be a sacrifice fly, and Jansen Jordheim delivers the run, as now they'll throw it to second. The runner will come across, and 2 runs will come in to score. So a sacrifice fly by Jansen Jordheim plates Leah Rowland. Danica Rath was able to take up and go to third base. They hit the cutoff. They throw to second, and then Fletchock went over after Peyton Getty was sliding into second base, and as she did, Danica Rath came storming in from home. It's now 3-0 with 1 down and a runner in scoring position. So 2 runs come in here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings as they lead it now 3-0. First pitch swinging on the way here is Ammerman. That'll be a pop out to the second baseman. Haugen gloves it there, and there's 2 down. So unfortunate from the Central Cass point of view, as you get the sacrifice fly. Regardless, a run was going to come in anyway there with Jordheim with a good piece of hitting there. But then all of a sudden, once they hit the relay and tried to get the back runner that was tagging there with Peyton Getty, and then once she tripped, it was inadvertent as Fletchock was trying to tag her at second base, and once she went down, the runner there and Danica Rath tagged from second to third, and once she saw Fletchock go down, she immediately came around third base and kept going to come in and score. Here's the 1-0 to Schmitz. Swung on and miss. That'll be 1-1. So the Squirrels with work to do in front of them, trailing it by 3 at the moment. A leadoff single and a leadoff walk both come in to score. Peyton Getty stands at second base. 1 ball and 1 strike on the way. Here to Schmitz. Schmitz, we'll see this one out of the zone now, 2-1. Has a single with a fly out to left in Wixo, her last time up. So Vikings put up a crooked number, albeit a small one at the moment, but is 3 runs enough with how Rath is pitching in the circle? That'll be the question moving forward to this juncture. The 2-1 offering from Mitchell. That'll be at the knee, but low. Now 3-1. State Softball Championship here on YourLiveEvent.com as the Kindred-Richland Vikings with 2 runs across here in the top half of the 5th inning. Batter number 6 for the Vikings here in the inning will draw a walk. So Schmitz gets aboard for the second time. This will be a walk for Ellie. Now it's Cora Johnson. If you're Sam Brent and the Vikings, you got to love how this inning has played out as you bring up one of your hottest hitters in the tournament. A single, a hit by pitch, and she comes up to the plate with a run driven in, batting in the number 7 spot for the junior first baseman. Here's the pitch upcoming from Mitchell. That'll miss. It's now 1-0. Still to come, we'll get to our post-game show, brought to you in part by Enbridge Energy with our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Also, we'll take a look at the final box score in this one, that and more. As Johnson hits one in a short right field, that one's going to dive for a base hit. Here comes the throw by Gunnifson, rounding third. On her way to score is Getty, and it will be an RBI single for Cora Johnson as the Vikings lead it now 4-0. So Getty comes in to score. It's 4-0 here. Runners will make their way to second and third. And Cora Johnson now with her 8th run driven in of the tournament and her 2nd of the contest on the RBI single. As you'll have Schmitz standing at third base. Johnson on the throw home, went to second. First pitch swinging, and this one is through for a base knock for Mauk. 1 run comes in. Cora Johnson rounds. She's going to come in to score as well. It's 6-0 Vikings. Mauk with her 2nd hit of the contest. Schmitz comes in to score. Cora Johnson comes in to score. It's 6-0 here in favor of Kindred-Richland. So Brea wasted very little time here as Mauk will get the 2 RBI. Across the way here with 2 outs as well in the top of the 5th. And it's now 6-0 in favor of Kindred-Richland. They've scored 5 runs in the inning. They've sent 9 batters now to the plate here with Sierra Nipstead. a single, a walk, an intentional walk, sack fly, pop out, walk, single, and single. Off-speed pitch gets Nipstead out in front. It's now 0-1. Again, they've done this with 0 extra base hits, but they've just kept the line moving. It's been a death by 1,000 paper cuts, if you will, for Central Cass. Of your Kindred-Richland, it's been small ball, has been a beauty. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Mitchell. Coming in at the hands, ties up Nipstead. It's now 0-2. Mitchell, last strikeout was in the third. She had 2 strikeouts in the first, second, and the third innings. The 0-2 offering upcoming here from Mitchell. 0-2 swung on and miss, and Mitchell does get the strikeout. But the Vikings score 5 runs across here in the 5th as we have a new score. It's Kindred-Richland 5, Central Cass scoreless coming to the plate.
At Thompson Public Schools, their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. You can visit their website, tps-k12.org, for school announcements and calendars, lunch menus, weather announcements, athletic schedules, and more. Follow them on social media and share in Tommy Pride with student updates and events with Thompson Public Schools. Thompson Public Schools thanks all students, staff, parents, alumni, and community members for their continued support. Good luck to the Tommies. Learn more at tps-k12.org.
They're going to mark that Leo Rowland base knock officially an error here, so make it 5 runs on 2 hits. 1 error and 1 runner left on base. Regardless, it's still 6 runs across here for Kindred-Richland, and now the Central Cass Squirrels are currently down to their final 9 outs as how it stands here in Jamestown. As for the Central Cass Squirrels, coming up to the plate will be the 7, 8, and 9 batters with Natalie Fontaine. Fontaine 0 for 1 with a ground out her last time up. Here's the pitch by Raff. Swung on and missed. Now it's going to be 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the junior designated player here as the Squirrels will be looking for some type of a spark. The 1-1, Fontaine hits one in the air. That'll be playable for Schmitz as she takes a couple of steps back, and that could be the spark. It hits off the heel of her glove. Fontaine gets into second and will stay there. So Fontaine will get aboard with an error out in left field, and the Central Cass Squirrels immediately get a runner on here to start off the bottom of the 5th inning. Could that potentially be the extra out or the little spark that the Squirrels need here? Again, you don't need everything back in the 5th. But a run or 2 to kind of collectively calm yourself will go a long way here for Central Cass. Now it's going to be to Stieg with a single her last time up. First pitch swinging, pops one up this into short left field. Who's going to call it? Roland in the left fielder. Oh, Schmitz and Roland nearly collided. Roland at the last second gave way to Schmitz to come out with the out, and there's 1 down. Nearly a collision in number 2 by the time Roland moved her glove across the facing of Schmitz. Schmitz able to put her glove in front and able to get the out. Paige Wixo hit into that 4-3 double play in the 3rd, her last time up. This one will miss. It's now 1-0, and there's been plays to be had for both teams, but it's the Vikings who have capitalized in certain situations with their fielding so far here in this one in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-0. This one will be hit up the 3rd base line. That'll go foul. It's now 1-1. Vikings with 1 runner across in the 2nd, 5 runs across in the 5th. Well, for the Central Cass Squirrels, they will dig in here with Paige Wixo. Wixo hits one foul, and we'll do it again at 1-2. Then back to the top of the lineup with Whitney Mitchell on the on-deck side here for the Squirrels. So for Central Cass right now, we take advantage, if you will, of an extra out here in the 5th. On Danica Rath. The 1-2, this one is going to be hit down the first base side, but that'll go foul. As I say, Danica Rath's done a good job just scattering the 5 hits against so far. Make that the 4 hits so far against Danica Rath. The 1 walk, 2 strikeouts in her 4 1/3 innings of work. Off-speed pitch going through there was Wixo, and absolutely throwing The off speed gets Mackenzie Fuchs smiling behind the plate. Pulling the string there way out in front was Wixo. And Danica Rath gets her third strikeout. As there's now 2 down to Whitney Mitchell. We haven't seen Danica Rath use the changeup, if you will, but that one was well out in front by Page. By the time she had that barrel midway through the plate, it still had a couple of feet to go. This will be in the dirt. It will one-hop the umpire. This one rounding third will stay there here for Natalie Fontaine. So that one in the dirt makes it 1-0 here for Mitchell. And the Squirrels get a runner at third base. For Central Cass, this will be their first runner that's officially at third base. Fletchock was retired at third base, trying to get to first to third after that hit by Bussey. So 1 ball, no strikes with 2 outs here. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one will be hit right back up the middle, and the Central Cass Squirrels do capitalize on an extra out. This one gets by Jordheim in center. Mitchell rounding second. How far can she go? Whitney Mitchell slides into third, and the Squirrels are on the board. So it's an RBI single on the way here for Mitchell. The error by Jordheim will allow Mitchell to get from first to all the way to third base. And Central Cass has their first run of the contest here, now at 6-1. As you will bring up Sophie Sherwhite here as the middle infielders. And the corner infielders will huddle in the circle here. So the RBI variety by Mitchell. Able to get the run across here on the run driven in. As now this will be in the bottom again of the 5th inning. As now it's Sophie Sherwhite to the plate, 0 for 2, but again with a runner standing at third base. Here with Mitchell. First pitch swinging. This is going to be hit on the ground. A 3-hopper goes to Roland. Rolling across. In time with the stretch with Johnson. That was a bang play at first as Sophie Sherwhite nearly got an infield base knock that would have made it 6-2, but instead the Squirrels are 6-3 on the put-up. There was a run across here in the 5th, however, as Central Cass gets on the board. There was a run with 1 hit, 2 errors, and 1 runner left on base. We played 5 in the state title. It's the Vikings up by 5 on your liveevent.com.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
As we head to the top of the 6th inning here on yourliveevent.com, Kindred-Richland leads it 6-1. The Squirrels able to get a run across there. Now we'll see what they can do defensively against the top of the lineup. And the 4th time through will be Leah Roland. Roland, Rath, and Fuchsa here for the Central Cass Squirrels. In the infield again will be Stieg, Fletchock, Haugen, Bussey, and then Preen behind the plates. But for the Vikings, 4th time through against Mitchell. Whitney has given up 7 hits so far, 6 runs, 3 free passes, 1 via the intentional walk, and 7 strikeouts. And she runs a fastball in on the inner third of the plate. Now gets ahead on Roland at 0-1. Mitchell looks behind the plate to Preen and the 0-1 offering. This one will be hit high in the air. That's down the left field line. The left fielder, Wixo, comes in and favors the sun a little bit there, too, and makes the catch. That one drops. Roland easily has extra bases. Wixo with the flyout, and there's 1 down. Danica Rath with a walk and a run scored here today. 0 for 2 at the plates. Really good battle in the 5th inning to work the count full and foul some pitches off against Mitchell. This will be in there for a strike. Now it's going to be 0-1. So Central Cass trail early to Kindred-Richland in the Region 1 championship. Came back, got close, tied it up before eventually they lost 6-5 and 8. This one will be swung on and missed. It's now 0-2. The Vikings, we were saying earlier, could 1 or 2 be enough? Now the question is is 6 enough, even though we've seen Danica Rath pitch awfully well in the circle. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Hit on the ground. This one will go to Fletchock at short. Fletchock has time. Nice throw to Bussey. 6-3, and Rath is retired on the putout. As now you'll have Mackenzie Fuchsa. 0 for 2 today. Intentionally walked her last time up. Getty came in for the run scored. As Fuchsa steps into the batter's box here. As Whitney Mitchell delivers. This one will be hit down the left field line, and that's going to be a base knock. Cutting it off is going to be Wixo quickly. Fuchsa with a big turnaround first. She will stay there. So Fuchsa gets aboard for her second consecutive time. That'll be her first hit of the championship game. And now we'll have Getty coming on to courtesy run here for Fuchsa. So we got the courtesy runner here as Getty will come on at first as Fuchsa gets aboard with a single hit down the left field line. Now it's to Jansen Jornheim with a sacrifice fly her last time up, which eventually did plate 2 runs across. Runner at first base here with Getty. We'll see how quickly she might be running. Here's the pitch by Mitchell. First pitch swinging is Jansen Jornheim, and she will hit that one foul up the first base line. It's now 0-1. A contest that's nearing the 70-minute mark here today in Jamestown. State B softball tournament. The number 2 seed Squirrels and the 3-seeded Kindred-Richland Vikings. No secrets between these two rivals and foes. The 0-1. Getty will stay put there at first. It's now 1-1. As Whitney Mitchell, one good at-bat from getting the Squirrels to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Can Jornheim on the opposite side keep the 2-out rally going? 1-1's going to be hit in the air. That's to center field. Coming in here will be Sherwhite, and Sherwhite camps underneath it to retire the side. So a nice tidy 6 for Mitchell in the circle. There were no runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th, 6-1 Vikings here on your liveevent.com. Coming up, we'll get to the Red River Valley Fair for 3 weekends of fun. Also, check out the Free Stage Entertainment, brought to you in part by YourLiveEvent.com, powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting. There's going to be everything from a kids' day to a number of live entertainment with Slamabama and more. For the complete schedule of events or tickets, go to the website, yourredrivervalleyfair.com. That, again, is redrivervalleyfair.com. Bottom of the 6th inning right now, and if there's a time for the Squirrels to get going, it's right now with their 3, 4, and 5 batters. Well, if you're Danica Rath in the circle, you can have a nice tidy 6 like Mitchell did. Find yourself 3 outs closer to trying to hoist a state championship here in Jamestown. Fletchock takes a ball. It's now 1-0. Grace with 2 singles here today at the plate for the Squirrels. And this tournament now is 5-6 from the plate. This one is going to be popped up the first base line, and the first baseman there, and Johnson comes and gloves it for the first out. So Fletchock gets retired. It's going to be Brady Bussey. Bussey with a single in the 4th is 1 of 2 with a strikeout in the first inning. As Bussey digs in here. The pitch will run in, and did that hit the knob of the bat or did that hit her? That's the question right now that the home plate umpire has to differentiate here as Bussey. As that'll hit the bat, and that'll be a strike at 0-1. That came running up and in and hit the knob of the bat. That was close to nearly hitting the hands or possibly the wrist. Instead, it'll be 0-1. This one will be popped up. Opportunity for Fuchs, but that'll go over. And that will be now 0-2. On the foul. No balls, 2 strikes to the number 4 batter here in the Central Cass lineup. The Squirrels have left a runner on in every inning but the second. So far, 4 runners left on base here for Scott Koss and the Central Cass Squirrels. Danica Rath, the 0-2 pitch. Changeup now makes it 1-2. Has gone 5 1/3 innings of work so far and scattered the hits here for Central Cass. She's given up 5 so far in the circle, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. The Region 1 Senior Athlete of the Year showing you the Region Y right now. 1-2 pitches hit up the third base line. That'll go foul, and we'll do it again here at 1-2. We've got Central Cass fans, Kindred-Richland fans, a nice contingent here again watching this game from across the way with the chain link fence from left to right where you can bring your lawn chairs out and watch from the outfield as well. Here's the 1-2 off speed. Bussey hits a line, but right to Roland, and there's 2 down. Line drive, and there's 2 down here as you see now Aspen Preen to the plate. Preen 0 for 2 with a pop out and a fly out here in this one. 2 down as it is the bottom of the 6th, and the Squirrels right now down to their final 4 outs. Rath, off-speed pitch to Preen in there for a strike at 0-1. Danica Rath right now has retired 3 straight and 5 of the last 6 batters she's seen. The 0-1 offering. That'll be hit on the ground up the first base line. There to field it is Johnson. Gloves it, and Preen is retired at first. Johnson lost it for a second, able to get the glove back on it. 3 unassisted to retire the side. It's a 3-up, 3-down 6th as we head to the top of the 7th. Kindred-Richland leads it by 5 here on your liveevent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Pearly Community Co-op has been serving the area producers with exceptional service and quality products since 1933. Schedule your vehicle in the shop for tires, oil changes, and small repair services, delivering premium Senex Farm fuels and lubricants direct to your locations. Call Rob for your farm fuel and bulk oil, as well as transport load and contract pricing. 218-861-6561. Pearly Community Co-op, locally owned and serving you since 1933. Call 218-861-6561.
Over at Jack Brown Stadium, it's gone final. Central Cass defeats Cheyenne New Rockford for 3rd place, 9-0. So Coach Dustin Maggio and the Squirrels take 3rd place of the state tournament. Over at Jack Brown Stadium, this one is delivered a strike to Avery Ammerman here. The 5, 6, and 7 batters for the Vikings in the top half of the 7th. The 0-1 is going to be foul tipped. It's now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here for Mitchell. Whitney with 7 strikeouts in the contest here. No balls and 2 strikes upcoming here for Mitchell. Off-speed pitch. That'll miss on the zone now. 1-2 for the Squirrels. They will be sending their 5, make that their 6, 7, and 8 batters to the plate in the bottom of the 7th. But right now the 1-2 pitch to Ammerman misses up. Now it's going to be 2-2. As Avery right now will dig back in on the righty-righty matchup so far. Played the first run back in the 2nd inning after the RBI by Johnson. 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top half of the 7th of the state title. This is Fiston into the net. Trapper Field, home of the University of Jamestown Jimmies and the Jamestown Blue Jays. Today across North Dakota, just between softball and baseball, crowning 4 championships. 2 out in Dickinson with State A baseball and softball, and 2 here in Jamestown with State B baseball and softball. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the way here for Mitchell. 2-2 swung on and missed, and Ammerman is retired. 1 down here in the top half of the 7th inning. As now coming up to the plate here will be Schmitz. As Ellie will come up to the plate here for the Vikings. A single, a walk with a run scored here today. 1 of 2 from the plate. Off speed by Mitchell now makes it 1-0. It makes that off speed pitch in softball, so dangerous, is if it looks the exact same coming out of the pitcher's hand, he can just lock a batter up, as we've seen here today. The 1-0 pitch. That'll miss at the hands. Out of the zone now, 2. And, if you're Mitchell, you won't mind missing there, though, against these Viking batters. So far, the difference in this one is the 5th inning, where the Kindred-Richland Vikings plated 5 runs on 9 batters to the plate. This one in there for a strike at 2-1. 2 hits, an error, and a runner left on base, as the Vikings just kept the line moving in that 5th inning. This will be hit in the air into left. Fletchuk will able to get there in front of Wixo, and there's 2 down. So pop out to the shortstop. Grace Fletchuk going to be part of the Shield Softball All-Star Series on Monday and Tuesday in Bismarck and Castleton. We will have those games again for you here on YourLiveEvent.com. 3 games in the series with the skills competition. 2 games in Bismarck with the skills competition, and Game 3 on Tuesday in Castleton. 2 outs here. This one fouled off by Cora Johnson. Johnson with 2 runs driven in and a run scored back in the 5th. She has reached base all 3 times with 2 singles and a hit by pitch. 2 down here in the 7th to the number 7th batter in the lineup. Here's the 0-2. Off-speed pitch. Good spot by Mitchell for a strike. It's now 0-2. Good spot there for Mitchell to hit with Preen on the outer part of the plate. Here's the 0-2. The pitch. That'll be fisted, and that'll go foul. Kindred-Richland, again, looking for their first state title since 2017. They're currently 3 outs away, trying to get their 4th in program history. Chance to add on to it here with a 2-out rally while from Mitchell and the Squirrels. Trying to get the final out, see if they can get a rally brewing in the bottom half of the 7th. The 0-2 going to be hit on a soft little line. That'll go to the second baseman, Haugen, to retire the side. A 3-up, 3-down inning, the first since the first inning for Mitchell in the circle. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, Central Cass down by 5, down to their final 3 outs of the state title when we return.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsborough, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank. Strong bank, strong communities.
It's the 5th meeting this season between these 2 clubs. They split. It's also the 5th time that they played in a state championship game. They've also have split the series 2-2. So this is, it was Game 5 of a 5-game series, if you will. This is the determined factor, as now the Squirrels will try to have a long inning here, while Rath has gone a sensational 6 innings of work in the circle so far. First pitch swinging. This one's going to be hit in the air to center. Jansen Jornheim is there. 1 pitch, and there's 1 out. Good swing there by Haugen. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning with Natalie Fontaine here for the Squirrels. Fontaine with the run scored, the only run scored here for Central Cass. 0 for 2 here today at the plates. Rapp in the circle for the Vikings. First pitch in there for a strike at 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one will miss. Now it's going to be 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Danica Rath in the circle. Again for the Vikings. She looks at her wristband here. Fuchsa behind the plate. The 0-2 offering. Off-speed pitch. Gets her swing. Gets her looking, and Fontaine is retired. Fuchsa able behind the plate. Able to come there on the off-speed pitch. This will be 2 down, as now you'll have a pinch hitter as coming up will be Zimmerman here for Steeg. So Zimmerman will come on now for the Central Cass Squirrels as Danica Rath goes with the off-speed pitch and able to retire Natalie Fontaine. And now the Central Cass Squirrels are down to their final outs. 2 down here, bottom of the 7th inning. Central Cass now will need a rally like none other to come back here. As this will one hop. Now 1-0. The Vikings 1 out away from trying to win their 4th state title in program history. Central Cass with Zimmerman, the pinch hitter, and Paige Wixo due up next. Here's the 1-0. This will be hit on the ground, rolling, backhands it, gloves it, looks, throws across the diamond, and the Kindred-Richland Vikings are the state champs in 2024. In a game that goes 1 hour and 22 minutes here today in Jamestown, rolling with the backhand, throws it across the diamond to Johnson, and for the 4th time in program history, the Kindred-Richland Vikings have won the state softball championship. For the first time since 2017, the last time these two teams met in the championship was 2022, which saw Central Cass come up with the championship in Fargo. But here in Jamestown, time to paint the town Viking blue as they win it 6-1 is your final in the championship here, and the difference again is the 5th inning. A round of applause by both teams here in this one. Coming up, we'll get to the awards presentation, but before then, let's knock out our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life Tanks Energy, that is Enbridge.com. It's a 2-parter. Danica Rath in terms of what she was able to do in the circle, but then Cora Johnson delivering a couple RBIs as well, and the first one of the game to make it 1-0. The Central Cass Squirrels, they will finish 18-6 on the season. While for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they will improve to 18-8 on the year and win the state championship as we take a look at the final box score here in this one for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. As Danica Rath taking a look back, she's able to retire 7 consecutive batters to finish this one out. For the Vikings and the Squirrels here, Kindred-Richland 6 runs, 8 hits. The Vikings did commit here in this one. We had them down for a couple of errors. Kindred-Richland left 2, 4, 6, make it 7 runners on base. For the Central Cass Squirrels, 1 run on 5 hits. Central Cass committed 1 error, and they left 4 runners left on base. Winning pitcher will be Danica Rath in this one. 7 innings of work. 5 hits, 1 run. That was unearned. A walk and 4 strikeouts for the final time here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Danica Rath again with the win. Picking up the loss here will be Mitchell. 7 innings of work, 8 hits, 6 runs. 2 of those were earned with 3 walks and 8 strikeouts. For Kindred-Richland, Leah Rowland goes 1 of 4 with a run scored. Danica Rath 0 for 3 with a run scored. Fuchs 1 of 3. Jornheim 0 for 2 with 2 RBIs, though, with that sacrifice fly. Ammerman goes 1 of 4 with a run scored. Schmitz goes 1 of 3 with a run scored, a walk as well. Cora Johnson 2 of 3 with a run scored and 2 runs driven in. And then you have Brea Mauk going 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs as well. And Sierra Nipstead goes 0 for 3 in this one. For the Central Cass Squirrels, Whitney Mitchell 1 of 2 with a run batted in and a walk. Sophie Sherwhite 0 for 3. Fletchot goes 2 of 3. Brady Bussey goes 1 of 3 from the plate. Aspen Preen and Haugen both go 0 for 3. Natalie Fontaine 0 for 3 with a run scored. Steeg goes 1 of 2. Zimmerman 0 for 1. And Wixo goes 0 for 2 here in this one. The Kindred-Richland Vikings again with the win in 1 hour and 22 minutes as now they are bringing the awards presentation here. The Kindred-Richland Vikings pick up the 2024 State Tournament Championship. And again, our players of the game brought to you in part by Enbridge, Danica Rath, and Cora Johnson. And you can even put Brea Mauk in kind of as a 1B with some of these sensational plays that she made here in this contest. As they will go to the team awards and the individual awards. The difference in this game is a couple of really defensive plays here for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. As Wixo Had a runner at first with Stieg in the third inning. She hits a ground ball to Mauk at second. Mauk able to take Stieg and then flip it underhand to Johnson for 2 outs there. And then after Fletchock gets on base with a single in the fourth, Bussey hits one right up the middle. It gets by Jansen Jornheim, but Jornheim able to pick the ball up and then throw it to Ammerman and tag Fletchock over at third. When you make plays like that, and Leah Rowland made a couple of nice plays just in general at shortstop, that really is the difference maker in this one. The Kindred-Richland Vikings 6, the Central Cass Squirrels 1. Earlier today, some of the games that have gone final again. Mayport CG with a 7-1 win over Renville County. Santrum with a 2-run homer. Danica Hansen with a 2-run homer. Santrum picks up the win, 7-1 over Renville County for 7th place. The Consolation Championship, you had Delax Burlington Lewis and Clark with a 6-5 win over Thompson, and Delax Burlington Lewis and Clark with that 1-1 win over the Thompson Tommies, scoring 4 runs in the 7th inning. And then from there in the third place contest, the Beulah Miners with a 6-1 win over Velva Drake Animus as well. Your senior athlete of the year is Riley Santrum for the Patriots of Mayport CG. And your coach of the year is Keenan Konchek as well from the Mayport CG Patriots. So that is a quick whip around and a look again at your players of the game. What happened earlier today, Central Cass Squirrels will finish second. Their baseball team finishes third. And still to come here at 7 o'clock will be the Thompson Tommies scoring off with Grafton in the State B Baseball Championship. Again, your final here in this one, the Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings, 6-1 Vikings. We'll take a quick break and we'll continue on our post-game show after this here from Jamestown.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet SmartStrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, SmartStrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for SmartStrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
As we continue here on YourLiveEvent.com, as they're continuing to go through the post-ceremony accolades here, so they've already introduced the respective individuals, and now that's all that's left to be done here is to give the state trophies for the team, for the Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Taking a look at the Central Cass Squirrels, seniors here of Paige Wixo, Grace Fletchock. Again, this is going to be a team that is going to be one to reckon with when you take a look at next season with what they're bringing back. And for the Kindred-Richland Vikings, they had a plethora of seniors here for head coach Sam Brantz. as they are able to get the state championship here from Ammerman to Jortheim to Getty to Fuchsa to Mauk to Danica Rath and Essling as well. There is a handful of seniors here for the Vikings and a really good core here for Kindred-Richland. Has played a lot of varsity softball at a couple of different times here in this one as they're going to take the state team softball championship pitcher here. And then from there, we'll try to see if we can hear from a couple of particulars here in this one. Again, the final, the Kindred-Richland Vikings win it 6-1 over the Central Cass Squirrels. So stay with us here as we'll try to get to a couple of interviews after this, as again, they will take the team photo. And then from there, it's going to be an opportunity for us to try to hear from one or two players from there. The Kindred-Richland Vikings, here's how their state tournament went to win the state championship going back to Thursday here for Kindred-Richland. They were able to knock down in the 4-5 matchup the Des Lacs, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark Lakers by a final of 9-6 in that contest. Danica Rath picked up the win as well. Vikings with some big plays from Fuchsa, Avery, Ammerman, and a host of others in that one. Leah Rowland with 2 runs scored with a couple of stolen bases in their 9-6 win. And then the Vikings able to come back as well with another win in the semifinals as they 10-run rule Valva Drake Anamoose. The big hitter in that game, Cora Johnson, with 5 runs driven in and a grand slam as well. And then winning here over the Central Cass Squirrels by a final of 6-1 as the players are getting ambushed by some of the fans here, able to take the final look around. As the champs again for State B will be the Kindred-Richland Vikings, as the Vikings are going to be your 2024 state champs. A tip of the cap to Scott Kost and the Central Cass Squirrels and their players for a tremendous season as well. This was a very youthful club. First time in program history. They failed to make state last year, and they're able to come back this season. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll try to hear from some of the players next here on your LiveEvent.com.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Are you dreaming of building or remodeling your dream home? This is Sonia from the Lighting Gallery, and we can help you from the time you start that dream to the time that your last fixture is hung in your room. We can come out to your house and do an in-home lighting design, picking out fixtures, working within your budget, working within your style, and putting together a full lighting package for you that makes your house feel like a home. If you're building, you're remodeling, visit us at the Lighting Gallery, located at 3622 South Washington Street in Grand Forks.
The Mayport CG Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to all the teams in the state softball tournament, and good luck to the Region 2 champ, Mayport CG Patriots, from the Mayport CG Booster Club.
Whether you're local or driving through Carrington, make sure to stop into the Prairie Inn restaurant. They have the best breakfast and coffee, but they also have some of the best dinner and supper entrees too. The Prairie Inn is your breakfast, dinner, and supper headquarters. Stop in and you can sink your teeth into some tasty sandwiches and soups. Take a trip through the Express Line salad bar with hot entree and, of course, the delicious pies and desserts. Located right by the roundabout in Carrington. Call 701-652-3976.
It's the most prestigious, challenging, rewarding tour on dirt. The most wanted, baddest outlaws, and the most powerful late models on the planet. The world of outlaws, King's Late Models.
Join us now here. Part of our post-game celebration is brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhbanknd.com. That again is dhbanknd.com. She is a senior, one of the seniors here. That is Mackenzie Fuchsa here. Just taking a look back at the line score, able to get intentionally walked yet again here from Central Cass. You get a single, obviously a big game. Danica Rath was dealing in the circle here. Mackenzie, first things first, what does it mean your senior season to be a state champ here in softball?
It means everything. We've been working for it since my 7th grade year, and we finally got it over them. So
take us through this contest. You knew it was going to be nip and tuck throughout, but 5 runs in the 5th inning. The line just kept on moving. What was working really well against a really good pitcher on the opposite side with Mitchell that you're able to put the ball in play and find ways to get singles and move runners around?
We were finally realizing that she was just throwing insides on us, and we just started scooting back and letting them go. So
able to see Danica Rath. I remember talking with her after the championship game in Hankinson. She said, I just got to chuck it. Well, how well did she chuck it here tonight in the championship?
Oh, she did great. Oh, I told her chuck. I don't know if you guys can hear me on the mics over there, but I'm sitting there yelling chuck it at her. So
is there anything in particular? Obviously, that off-speed pitch was working really well today. Is there something that she chucks really well, or is it just a matter of anything she does pretty well in the circle?
She does everything well. She's awesome. She's a good pitcher. I've loved having her for the past many, many years.
Avery Ammerman had a really nice tournament. Cora Johnson had a really nice tournament. The 5, 6, and 7 batters with Ellie, they all had a really nice tournament. So what was it about that part, though, in the tournament that just allowed you guys to kind of ride them, if you will, offensively here this tournament?
It helps when they start it, and we can string them together after that. They boost their confidence, and once they can get on, we're getting on after them. So
for you, Mackenzie, what's the next 24 hours? What's the next 48 hours? You already graduated. You're heading to Mayville State coming up. So what's the next 24, 48 hours for you like to realize this as a state champion?
Oh, we're going to have so much fun. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to party it up tonight.
Mackenzie, congratulations on the win, and best of luck moving forward once you head to Mayville State.
Thank you.
Mackenzie Fuchsa with us here. We'll continue on our post-game show after this.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsboro, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong communities.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
It's the summer sale at Bloomfield Enterprise in Hillsboro. All Versamax and CargoMax trailers at summer sale prices. Plus, you get up to an additional $250 rebate on CargoMax trailers. Bloomfield Enterprise has the 10.5, 12.5, and 14.5 Versamax trailers. Stop by to look and purchase with large discounts, or call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. The summer sale on Versamax and CargoMax trailers ends June 30th at Bloomfield Enterprise in Hillsboro.
Meet Blake, the messiest 4-year-old on the planet. He's no ordinary durability tester. Meet SmartStrand, no ordinary carpet. With all pet protection, it's the softest, most durable, easiest to clean carpet on the planet. When Blake's barn got a comfy makeover, SmartStrand came clean, even went up against a 2-ton rhino. Made to withstand all walks of life. Ask for SmartStrand, rhino tested, rhino approved.
Available at Carpet World, carpetworldfargo.com.
Central Cass Schools' mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
As we continue here on our post-game show, we heard from Mackenzie Fuchs, and now we get to have the opportunity to hear from the head coach. That is Sam Brandt here on yourliveevent.com. Sam, just take us through this championship. I remember talking to you about this team, and, you said they're friends, and they just kind of like to hang out. You get the line dance going before the game to kind of loosen it up a little bit. You had to wait till 5 o'clock as all the first 3 games got done early. But what was it about this year's squad that found a way to get to Jamestown and win 3 games against Alex Burlington and the first round, able to come away with a 10-run rule over Velvet Drake on a Moose in 5 yesterday and defeat your rival here and earn the 4th state title in program history? It's emotional. It's an emotional team, obviously, Sam, and a really good senior class that has been with you for so long.
Yeah. Most of these kids, it's been 6 years, This is everything they've been working for, and they've had the potential since they were sophomores. We've been within arm's reach so many times, and they came with vengeance this year. And to be able to do it with such a special group who can line dance before a game and go out and put up, 8 hits and 6 runs on a really, really great Castleton team is really special. And I hope every one of these underclassmen that got to be here and be a part of it, pick up on it and keep the legacy alive, because it's extremely special these seniors brought this year.
There's enough of the seniors I could probably talk about all of them in a different capacity, Sam, but as a group, what do they represent to the school, to the community, to the program? I know there's a number of different things. These girls are not just all softball players. They do other stuff within the school, maybe other sports as well. But what is this senior class has allowed this team to get where it's at? More importantly, just kind of as the human element, being classmates, being friends, being good students along the way as well.
Yeah, they're great, confident women. We push and we push and we push, and you get on kids. As a coach, if you can't coach them without their feelings getting hurt, you can't do your job very well. And for me to be able to look at them and say, I need you, and you need to do this, and you need to do it well, and they can look you in the eye and say, I got you, coach, it's extremely special, and I don't doubt anything. They've been able to grow and overcome and ride the ups and downs together and be able to smile with each other on the bus and dance their way through, state tournaments, and it's something that I haven't really experienced before with such a great group of kids and so many. At the end of the game, I just said to my assistant coaches, how do you say goodbye?
Yep. This 5-run inning in the 5th, it started off with Leah Rowland getting a board. Danica Rath earns a walk. They don't want anything to do with Fuchsa, so they give her the intentional pitch. Take us through Jordheim's at bat, though. Hits one in the air, able to get the sacrifice fly. They hit the cutoff, so then Getty's making her way to second. And then talk about the play there by Danica to keep hustling. What were you kind of going as a coach? Because that kind of felt like the difference maker, if you will, a little bit, to kind of get the momentum on your side. Not because you got 1 run, but that second run on just 1 out there, Sam.
It's just the things that you work on in practice and the trust that they have to be able to execute. We've been talking about being able to push a runner from 1 when you have a runner on 3 to be able to force a play or force a throw or force some intention or pressure.
Yep.
And with that, it worked out in our favor, and this was the first time this year it did. But we've been really hounding on it because it puts 2 runners in 1 hit in scoring position. Danica didn't even need me to tell her to go. And usually on 3rd, if I have to tell you to go, it's too late. I want you to be able to react, and I want you to be able to make a strong decision, a confident one. And she did that. Most pitchers don't get to run their own bases, and she does. And she does it really, really well. And just the sequence there, it won the game for us.
I got 2 more things for you, Sam, because later on in that inning, another big hit by Cora Johnson. What's new here in this tournament? I mean, she goes 2 for 2 today here in this tournament. Then you add on what she did earlier. She goes 7 of 9 in this tournament. She's able to score 2 runs, and she's able to drive in 8. As a number 7 hitter, Sam, what's it like having such a deep, because the 5, 6, and 7 batters were sensational this weekend between Ammerman, Schmitz, and Johnson. What was it about them, and particularly Cora, in this tournament?
We've been waiting for it all year. All year. We know they have the potential, and we work on it, and you work on it, and work on it to the point where I don't want them to overthink, or I feel like maybe we're taking too many swings, or am I preparing them enough? And, they stepped up. Cora is one of those kids that will smile through pain, that will smile through lack of confidence and error, and she will respond with action, and that's exactly, she just stepped up in ways this week and this weekend and through the regional tournament that was unbelievable. And coming in as a senior next year, it's going to do nothing but benefit her.
Final thing for you, Sam. How sweet is this? Honestly, I mean, to defeat Central Cass, your rival, 5th time you played them in a state title, 5th time you played them this season. Now you've been able to win your 4th in program history. But how sweet is this to celebrate this in Jamestown this weekend?
Sweet, very sweet. Like I said, it's hard to say goodbye to an amazing group, but we're the only one in the state that got to end in a win. And sometimes it feels weird. I wish there was just one more to seal the deal or, say we can take home a national tournament. But special. And these kids are going to do nothing but remember this for the rest of their life. And it's not going to be the trophy. It's going to be the moments. And us going to the Buffalo today to burn time, and line dancing in front of the dugout each day. So I'm very grateful, and I'm very, very thankful for these kids.
Sam, congratulations. Enjoy the summer. Good to see you again. And what a whirlwind of events it's been from Hankinson to here just in the last 4 games as well. A tremendous season. And congrats on another state title.
Thanks, Jace. It's always a pleasure.
That again, Sam Brandt. This interview brought to you in part by Dakota Heritage Bank. We'll take a quick break and we'll put a bow on the state title when we return.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Enbridge, we believe sustainability is the foundation of our success. How well we perform as a steward of our environment, a safe operator of essential energy infrastructure, a good neighbor, and a diverse employer defines our success. Learn more about Enbridge's environmental, social, and governance commitments and our Indigenous Reconciliation Plan at enbridge.com.
As we continue here, as we head to now the shortstop, Leah Rowland made a couple really nice defensive plays here in this one, able to get the final out in the game as well. Leah, let's just talk there. 2 outs. It gets hit to you. You have an opportunity to make a good throw, make a good glove on it. What's going through your mind once you just kind of complete the play and you're able to win a state title?
This is my time to show my teammates that we got it. Lock in, and we got it. And that's exactly what we did. That last one, we knew we needed 3 outs, and we won. So we locked in our little circle. We always do a little saying, and this time we said together. So we would just finish it together.
Able to finish it together. What about finishing it by Danica Rath? How good was she today in the circle?
She always continues to amaze me. Her pitches, her change-ups, just watching her grow from our travel team when we were little to now is just unbelievable.
For this club to win a championship, 4 consecutive wins, twice over your rivals in a Region 1 tournament championship setting, in a state tournament championship setting, how sweet is that to do it with your rival as well here, Leah?
It makes the moment so much more memorable because, yes, it would be memorable no matter who we played, but it being Castleton, it just makes it all so much better and feels so much sweeter.
Let's talk about the plays because I know the first game you probably want as a team to throw those 7 errors away from you, but you still found a way to win, right?
Yeah.
And that was the big thing. Obviously a really clean game then against Velvet Drake and a Moose, and today you really clean in the field as well. Take us through the play, though, with Jansen Jordheim. Overruns the ball a little bit in center, but able to throw out Fletchhawk at third. What's kind of going through your mind, senior center fielder and a senior, make a play like that?
It felt amazing for her to be able to pick herself up and just regain that confidence by getting that out. She just was going a little too fast, but she picked herself up, and we're all doing our job of communicating to her to go 3, go 3, go 3. She made a perfect throw, kept it down, and we got her out.
And then Brea able to get that double play. That was, again, in the 3rd inning. A little hopper that goes over Johnson. Brea can't glove it. She gets the very next pitch, goes right to her, tag, and then flip. When you see plays like that, how much confidence does that give you with your fellow teammates in the infield and outfield?
So much. After that one play, I told her, you got the next one. I'm not worried about it. I got your back. And she just went and did it herself and continued to amaze me.
For you guys, Leah, what's the next 24 or 48 hours going to be like? Obviously, for you, it's an opportunity to soak it in, able to still come back. You still got another senior year in front of you, but still a lot of stuff to enjoy for the summer. You're still a state title champ, but what's the next 24 or 48 hours do you feel like it's going to be like for you here, Leah?
I'm going to take in all my time left with these seniors. I've been with them since 8th grade, and to think that's finally came to an end, it just is not real. So I'm going to use all my time and make more memories with them.
Yeah, okay, so I got one more because you said the seniors. What did the seniors leave that you're going to hope to keep on and move to the next generation of Vikings coming up?
Pride. Like, that's just how I would say it. They're so happy to wear this jersey and be our teammates, and I couldn't ask for better senior leaders.
Leah Rowland, congrats. State
Thank
title. Best of luck. Enjoy the summer.
Thank you.
We'll continue after this here on your liveevent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Well, still going on at Jack Brown Stadium. It's the State B Baseball Championship with Thompson and Grafton with Gray Grens there. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors so much for tuning in, and to you, the listeners, as well. Again, Kindred-Richland 6-1 wins the state title. We could hear from all the players, but fortunate enough to hear from Mackenzie Fuchsa, the head coach, Sam Brandt, and Leah Rowland. Thanks to Scott Koss for joining us in the pregame show as well. I'm Chase Miller. On behalf of all of our great sponsors, with your live event, R&J Broadcasting, Halstead Telephone Company, enjoy the rest of your weekend and join us on Monday, Tuesday, where more softball continues with the Shields Softball All-Star Series. You can find the links at yourliveevent.com or simply subscribe to our YouTube page. I'm Chase Miller. Congrats to the Vikings on their 4th state title in program history.